morning, Patriots, and welcome to Pearce Pageturners. In this weekly series, I'm going to be talking to you about some of the really awesome books that we have in our Pearce Patriot Library. On this first episode, I'm going to focus on the 2019-2020 Battle of the Books Elementary School List. I really hope that one of these books catches your eye, and if it does, that you come on down to our Pearce Patriot Library and check one out. In looking at the Battle of the Books list for next year, I have to say, I think my favorite book on the list is Front Desk by Kelly Yang. This book is a story of a young girl, 10-year-old Mia Tang. She and her parents have immigrated from China. Her parents promised her big things: a fancy house with a dog, all the hamburgers she could eat. They could do anything they wanted, no rules. Unfortunately for Mia, that's not how things have worked out. Her parents and herself find themselves working at the Cala Vista Motel in California. Mia runs the front desk while her parents are hiding other immigrants. This is not going to work out well for Mia or her parents. Mia decides she has to find a way to buy the Cala Vista Motel, because if they own it, then no one can take it away from them, and they can continue to help all of the immigrant friends that her parents are making. So Mia decides she's going to enter a writing contest, because one of Mia's big secrets is that she loves to write, but she never shares her writing with anyone. Along the way, Mia meets some really great guests that stay in the motel on a weekly basis who help her out in one calamity or another that she finds herself in. Also, she meets a friend at school. The problem is, Mia's keeping secrets from them too. So, I guess the bottom line is Mia going to be able to get out from under all those secrets she's keeping, save the motel, help her parents and all the immigrants that they're trying to help, and have a life in America like her parents have always dreamed of? I don't know. You'll have to read Front Desk by Kelly Yang to find out. Smack Dab in the Middle of Maybe by Jo Watson Hackle is another book on our Battle of the Books list. This is a story of 11-year-old Cricket Overland, who's just lost her grandmother and her daddy. And to top it off, her mom has run off on her too. So, she's sure if she can find the secret room that she's heard stories about her whole life, that just might be the answer to getting her mama back. Her only clue? A doogaloo, an old coin from a forgotten ghost town. So Cricket, armed with her daddy's wilderness guidebook and a pocket full of stolen snacks from the cash and carry grocery store, heads off into the wilderness to find the secret room. Well, surviving in the wilderness, not as easy as Cricket seems to think it was going to be. Between the weather and the wild animals, nothing seemed to be going Cricket's way. So, will meeting one of the last living survivors of the ghost town and a poetry-loving dog, will that be what Cricket needs to help her find the secret room? Or will she realize after everything that sometimes you kind of have to get a little lost before you can truly find your way? To solve this mystery, you'll have to read Smack Dab in the Middle of Maybe by Jo Watson Hackle. Come check it out in our library. For all the animal lovers out there, one of the books on our Battle of the Books list for next year is A Nest for Celeste by Henry Cole. This book is full of beautiful illustrations that help to tell the story of a mouse named Celeste. And the only thing Celeste really wants is a home. That home may be nestled in the toe of a boot, or it could be in the shirt pocket of the young boy named Joseph who Celeste meets in her adventures in the plantation home that she finds herself in. While Celeste is looking for a home, there are a few obstacles she has to overcome. The house cat that does nothing but stalk Celeste and try to eat her at every turn. The two other mice that live in the house who are not very nice to Celeste. But then Celeste meets Cornelius and Lafayette, two really great birds who Joseph, her human friend, is given the task of drawing in their natural habitat. So while Celeste is searching for a home, Joseph is searching for a career. Together, they may find what they're both looking for, or Celeste may get eaten by the house cat. To find out if Celeste finds her home or she gets eaten by the cat, read A Nest for Celeste by Henry Cole. You may recognize the name Catherine Applegate, as she's the author of a pretty popular book here at Pearce, The One and Only Ivan. Well, it just so happens that Catherine Applegate has the honor of being on the Battle of the Books list for next year with her book, Crenshaw. Crenshaw is a story of Jackson, and Jackson is a boy that likes facts. Here are some facts. Fact number 1. Jackson's dad has MS. That's multiple sclerosis, which means Jackson's dad is sick and he's probably not going to get better. Fact number 2, because of the MS, Jackson's dad lost his job. Fact number 3, no job means hard times for Jackson's family, and they just may end up living in their minivan again. Fact 4, fortune cookies, purple jelly beans, magic, none of that stuff's going to save Jackson's family this time around. Fact 5, Jackson's about to be a 5th grader, and he feels like he's old enough to know the truth, but his parents just aren't giving it to him. So Jackson, with the help of his friend Crenshaw, is going to try and save his family. To find out if this happens, pick up a copy of Crenshaw in our Pearce Library today. Another book on our Battle of the Books list for next year is Ungifted by Gordon Corman. Now, you may recognize the name Gordon Corman because he is a pretty popular author, and we actually have a whole section in our library just for Gordon Corman books. But I have to say, of all of his books, this one was one of my favorites. This is a story of Donovan Curtis, who's a 6th grader at Hardcastle Middle School. Well, if anyone should come with a warning label, it's Donovan. And that warning label is, do not try this at home. Because Donovan is a huge prankster. He and his 2 friends, Daniel and Daniel, decide they're going to pull a major prank on their middle school. The problem for them, it causes major damage. And Donovan is sure that this time, the trouble he's in is big. However, luckily for Donovan, instead of getting sent to the military school where he was sure he was headed, there's a mix-up in the principal's office, and Donovan gets sent to a school for academically gifted kids. Yeah, you heard that right. Donovan, he's not a gifted kid. However, all of the kids at the academy are. This story is told in multiple perspectives, so you'll get the opportunity to meet all of the kids from the academy and find out what each one of their gifts truly is. And you'll also come to understand that sometimes gifted doesn't always mean smart, and that Donovan will realize that sometimes friends come in all different shapes as well as different brain sizes. Pick up a copy of Ungifted in our library today to find out how Donovan fares at his new middle school. That's it for this episode of Pearce Pageturners. If any of the books we talked about today seem interesting to you, come see me in our Pearce Library and check them out. Until next time, keep turning those pages.